All right, welcome back to another episode of All-Star, a Huskie Sports Podcast.
Yep.
Yes, sir, we back, man.
We're back.
Today we got another special episode with some of our friends from NIU Athletics, particularly the NIU women's soccer team. We have here today redshirt senior goalkeeper Sadie McGill, and I forget your grade.
Grad student.
Grad student too.
Crazy.
I'm so
That's
sorry.
crazy.
That's okay.
Come on.
That's
Grad
okay.
student defender Abby McHugh, is that right?
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming in. Welcome. How are you feeling today?
Howdy. Good. Nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Feeling
is
good.
this is also the first time we've had the camera on us.
Right.
Here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wave to the camera here. Just
Sup,
say hi to
Cam?
the camera.
Yes, sir.
We're finally doing a little video recording. We're trying to make this a little bit, of a normal thing. So this is like, you guys are like the first people that get to test it out. So
Right.
like, it's kind of like an honor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
I was going to mention, too, Abby, I don't know if you remember last year, but Skylar and I interviewed you and
Kylie.
Kylie
Yeah,
last year. And
I
then,
think it was in the, was it in the combo?
It was,
Okay,
yes.
yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
And then you in that episode was on the podcast, too. So it's not obviously the same setting, but
Yeah. No, cool.
super
This is
happy to
cool.
have you.
Yeah, thank you so much
Yeah.
for having us.
What do you guys think about the setup?
Very
It's-
official.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like super official.
looks-
any,
Absolutely.
any
Yeah.
Joe Rogan vibes.
Definitely some
Shout
Joe
out
Rogan
Robbie.
vibes,
Yeah, the hockey boys love the Joe Rogan setup, but
Yeah.
I don't think we're quite as cool as Joe Rogan. But,
right.
But we try our best. So
Yeah.
well, do you want to open up?
Yeah.
the-
First things first, you guys know me. You've seen me around your games. I'm the primary beat reporter for you. And Sadie, I've talked to you a couple times
Yeah.
this year. So first off, congrats to you for getting co-MAC Defensive Player of the Week.
Yeah,
Real quick,
that's
let's
right.
clap
Hey,
it up for
clap
the
it
girl.
up.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very, very awesome to see. What do you think about your season so far and, your performance in the past 2 weeks?
I think on the season specifically, like this year is probably the most hopeful that we've been going into the end of season. Typically around the end of season, whenever we start kind of adding everything up, we're looking at, okay, who do we have a good chance at beating? Like what games do we really need to win to try and get to the conference tournament? And in recent years, it's been like, all right, we got to win every single game at the end of the
Right.
season.
Right.
And yes, obviously we want to do that this year, but going into the end of the year, we're sitting at a good place. We're starting to click really well on the field. So even those bigger opponents aren't specifically as scary.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this season's gone really well, and that's it makes me happy for my last year. So good chance at going to the conference tournament. But the last 2 weeks, I think honestly, I think just the fact that the whole team has played really, really well together makes it it makes my job a lot easier.
Sure.
I don't have to do as much, which is nice.
Yeah.
I get the accolades, but I feel like that's kind of like a full team effort.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Especially the defense and stuff.
Yeah.
Give yourself some credit, Sadie.
Thanks.
I mean, I'm literally looking at your guys' schedule right now, and October 1 to October 8, 3 games, 3 shutouts.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
give yourself some credit there,
Yeah.
right?
It
that's
got
huge.
ruined because I got a PK called on me. So
Oh, yeah, that's
shout
right.
out to Buffalo.
Yep.
Thanks.
I was going to mention that game, too. Yeah, I mean, some controversial calls there,
Yeah. That one, I had a couple choice words for the ref. But tried to keep them under my breath.
Oh, for sure.
Wasn't super successful
Hey,
at that.
if the
but
ref doesn't hear him, it was never said, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. If he doesn't hear him, but or if it's after the game and he can't give you a card.
Yeah.
But no, I don't condone any of that. It's a really bad choice. Don't do that. But yeah, that one was really tough. But I think honestly, at least for me, it really amped me up to go to the next game.
Oh,
I
for
was
sure.
just so pissed off that I was in the next game I was like, all right, I'm just gonna come out here and I'm gonna play play as hard as I can.
Yo, definitely. I mean, you came back against Kent State. You let up one goal, but still
Which,
you
by
had.
the way, you put Buffalo in the headline last night.
Did I?
And I changed it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't even know that. Thank you.
This guy.
Well, and that one was a PK too.
It was a PK. That's right.
Yeah,
My
and we had 2
fault.
PKs. So
Uh-huh.
I don't know if y'all watched the game, but literally 2 PKs. Luckily, the first one, the girl completely
Shanked
shanked.
it, yeah.
I did not see it. No.
I wish I would have watched the game. I was stuck watching the Bears lose last night.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get into
Oh,
that.
ours was a lot more entertaining.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, but you still had 7 saves. You gave up 1 goal. Not that bad. It was a PK. So you bounced back.
Yeah, and I'm happy about that because then, I mean, next up we've got Ball State, which is like a really big game.
True.
That's a big
Our
rivalry too,
past
right?
history with Ball State has not been very great, but I think like we've got momentum going into the game. We're playing under like at our own field. We're starting to click really well, so I'm actually kind of excited for it. So
Awesome. Yeah. And for Abby, for a question for you, like she said, you know, her team has made it easy for her on the defensive end. I mean, like, what do you think about the season so far, and how do you think the defense has performed yourself, and what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I've been here for 5 seasons now, so I'm old and I've been through a lot here. So,
Grandma, Abby.
yeah, I definitely am feeling it in my body for sure. But
That's funny.
like my 5 seasons being here, this season specifically, like this is the best team we've had. Everyone's meshing really well together, and it's fun to play. And like Sadie was saying, like before this time, we would be already knowing that we're not going to make it to the tournament. But the fact that we have that motivation where we have 3 games left, we have a big chance of making it. I think everyone's just working extra hard to get to that point, especially for our senior year. Like,
Oh, yeah.
we want to make the tournament and go out with a bang. And I think if we do make the tournament, like, we'll sort of be the underdogs, so you kind of pop off a little bit.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
In terms of, like, the defense, I think not only, like, the back 4 and the 2 sitting in front, it's just been, like, a collective effort. Like, the defending from the top helps the back line and Sadie not have to defend that much
Sure.
in our own red zone, you know, or defensive third. But I think collectively the defense on the field has allowed us to be in the position we are, having shutouts, winning 4 games. Obviously, like, scoring goals is a huge part of it, but our defense collectively on the whole entire field has kept us in games.
100%.
So, yeah, it's been exciting.
Yeah, I mean, that 3-game win streak you guys went on was the first since 2007. You've won 3 straight MAC games. And I was watching, obviously, your home one against Miami, and it just looked like you guys were enjoying yourselves out there, actually really having fun.
Yeah, that was a really like aggressive game, but I think everybody really enjoyed it. Especially like the Miami game was. I mean, it was senior night. We had such a big crowd there because of it. Like, the team was playing well together. Everybody was playing aggressive, and I think whenever everybody really plays for each other, it makes it a lot more fun.
I actually had a question about that game too. I think that game both teams combined for like 31 fouls, and then last game you guys combined for 36. So, like, is it like a different like vibe this year? Because it seems like you guys are a little chippier. You guys are a little bit more physical with teams. Are you talking a lot more, or what's going on?
You guys are throwing hands.
The
and
Yeah.
stuff, man. Oh my gosh.
I
The
think it's
MAC in
conference.
general is just like a complete dogfight. Like, any game you go into,
Awesome, yeah.
it's like, it might not be like the most technical, amazing players, but it's everyone's there is working hard, and you're going to battle through the 90 minutes of the game. So I think we walk into every game, whether it's a first-seeded team or someone who's maybe not as good, you're not going to walk in thinking you're just going to wipe the floor with them, you know?
100%, yeah.
So, and I think that's how every MAC team thinks too. So it is a dogfight in every game, but I think this season we just have a lot more to play for, being our last season.
Oh, yeah, for
So
sure.
I think
just
it
leave it
also-
all on the field, you know?
I think it also makes it a little bit more interesting. Like, you go into each game and you don't know, like, you could win or lose. Like, it doesn't matter who you're playing. We could be, like, the top seeded team could be playing the bottom seeded team. And because it's mostly just based off of, like, a lot of it is based off of, like, aggression and, like, who wants it more, it makes it really interesting because then you have big upsets in the conference.
Yeah. And again, don't answer this if you can't, but like, smack talking, like, is that something you guys have been doing a lot more this year and past years?
I got a yellow card this year for, like, clapping and stuff.
I saw that. That was against Miami, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Wait,
Yes.
just for clapping? You're not allowed to do
It
that?
was, well, we were going up for a header, and there was 2 girls that literally sandwiched me.
Yeah, I remember.
And the girl behind me, like, she didn't even go for the ball. She just went straight for me. And they were doing it all game long, so I just got up, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to clap in her face a little bit. And I might have gotten, like, a little too close, and
Yes.
he, like, just
Oh my
instantly
God.
pulled out
The ref,
card.
like, ran after her and was like, all right, no, we're not doing
Yeah,
this.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think it was just to calm me down a little bit,
Yeah.
but, like, I mean, she needed to know.
Yeah,
You
for sure.
can't do
you know
that,
what?
you
Yellow
know?
card or not, she knew now.
Exactly.
Now she knows,
yeah,
right?
yeah. She
Well,
knows
she was
now.
also the one that was, like, smack talking the whole game. So she she got what was coming.
Yeah, that game I think had 4 total yellow cards. Like it was just going back and forth, which is like great though. I mean, you pulled out the win, and it really does speak to you guys as a team.
Yeah,
well.
Yeah.
it's like a gritty performance. I mean,
100%.
like there's one goal, we got a PK, but that's what happens in the MAC. You're not gonna score 5 goals on a team. It's all gonna come down to one goal, or
Right.
you know. So you just gotta stay gritty the whole
And
time.
that goal was set up by Sahara just like being really aggressive in the box
Yep.
anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And like honestly, in the last game, honestly both our goals were just like ball sent in, and people were just aggressive and wanted to finish and like came in for like rebounds and stuff. So yeah, that's what a lot of it comes down to.
Definitely. Well, those are my like on-field questions. Do you have any on-field questions for them before we?
I was gonna just say, like, I kind of want to go back to like that yellow card again because it sounds like the girl went after you, right? You
Yeah.
said? Where's the yellow card for her? Right? Like,
Yeah,
She
I
didn't
mean,
get
I took a video of it because I was like, on our film, I got like a screen recording of it because, I mean, I'm obviously in the air. I didn't know it was happening.
right.
Because you're
But-
going for the ball.
Yeah, and I look back and, you know, I got the ball with 2 girls on me, but
Yes.
she literally was not even looking at the ball, just straight up went for my back.
She like
No,
like
she-
Yeah, like,
like a
straight
forearm
up,
shiver
like,
right to the spine
pushed
type
me.
deal.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She did get a yellow
and
card.
she
though.
got a yellow card
she
too.
got one?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then Abby got up and
Oh.
clapped in her face, and so she
And then I
also
got
he
one,
already had
too.
his book out. He already had the card
Yeah.
out. He
Okay,
was
but that's
ready.
like in that moment though, you're clapping. Like she was the one who did it to you.
Exactly.
Why are you getting that?
I'm just clapping because she got a card that she deserved.
Okay, all right.
I'll
Maybe
play,
it shouldn't have been in her face, but like,
I'll play slight devil's advocate because I'm a referee for hockey. Something like that, you just make that call just to calm things down.
yeah.
That's the only
Which-
So that's
reason.
what it
Not
was.
necessarily the action itself.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay, like if I don't do something here, maybe this game gets out of
Yeah.
hand.
And I respect
And
it.
that's the only
Right.
reason. But
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
man, like
I know.
clapping, man.
I know.
Can we see? Do you have the video? you
Yeah,
said?
I actually do have the
Ooh.
video.
I want you to
on my
see it because like
phone.
I remember
Oh,
seeing
yeah,
it with
I
my
gotta
own
see
eyes.
this.
It was
I didn't see it.
it was bad. Like I don't know. And then I just rewatched it, and I really don't think I got that close to her face when I was clapping, but I just
No.
think it was like, again, like you're saying, to calm me down.
Yeah.
You know,
From
but
my angle, it looked really close.
Yeah, I was gonna
She
say.
was right next to her
so
cheek.
like here.
Okay, I gotta see this
It's so funny.
because I see hockey hits all the time. So like, I'm about to see like a huge
Yeah.
soccer hit
So
now.
like I'm in the middle,
Okay.
just
Oh.
sandwiches me. I lay on the floor for a little bit. 'cause, you know,
Naturally.
And then, I mean, you can't see it that closely, but I get right in her face, and I just kind of clap in it.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he just storms after me and starts running away because I knew exactly what was happening.
And
I'm
he was like running straight after you.
Yeah.
He was like-
I was like,
he did not want to let that one go at all.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, maybe I should just start walking away.
Yeah, I was gonna
'cause know
say-
it's coming.
From my angle in the press box, you were like.
Yeah, I mean, she needed to know.
Maybe,
Oh, for sure.
Maybe next time, just hit him with instead of like a full clap, hit him
Yeah.
with like the golf
Just
clap, you know, the three
little,
fingers,
yep.
you know.
Or
So
Or
maybe
just like
it's not
give
as
her a stare
audible.
down or
There
something.
you go. Or
yeah.
even better, just like some poetry night, just some
Yeah.
snap.
Or like
Yeah,
just
something.
like you said, the stare just like mean mugger all the way
Yeah,
down the
exactly.
field.
That's
Right.
what I'll do next time.
I feel
So,
like
like-
you do that a lot.
Yeah.
Just like mean mug people.
Yeah, I need to stay a little more composed, but
The mean mug is like, dude, the
Well,
mean
that
mug
one.
is
I
scary.
mean, what are they gonna do about that? You can't get a yellow card for like staring
I
somebody
know,
down.
no, you
So
can't.
No.
Yeah,
do that all you want.
choose my eyes, mean mug 'em.
We love the fire though. Like
Yeah.
that's great that you have that. Like you can't win games if you don't have players like that in your
Yeah,
team. I feel like.
exactly.
So,
That's how you win games, man. Shows you guys care,
Yeah.
Yeah.
honestly. So,
any other?
well, that's all I have for
on-field?
on-field. I
Okay.
have an off-field, or like a sort of off-field, sort of on-field question for Sadie.
Okay.
So, in hockey, right? Like I know I'm a hockey guy, so like I think hockey a lot. Like goalies are seen as like the crazy people, like the crazy ones that dress up in all the pads and get in front of all the shots, and they're like have all these crazy superstitions. They're like juggling and stuff, and like their coordination's insane. So, like I always wonder when like I played hockey, I'd look at my teammates, my goalies, and even the hockey guys now. I'm like, why would you ever want to be a goalie? Like, and get in front of shots and get in bruises.
Yeah,
and, like,
losing teeth.
everyone's like kicking at you and like trying to stick you and stuff. So like, what made you want to be a goalie?
I actually became a goalie because my older sister played soccer and she was a forward. So when I was a kid, she would stick me up against the fence and practice shooting on me.
Oh wow.
So I was really I was good at it. Like I would stop her shots and it would piss her off. So
Nice,
I was
nice.
like, okay, well this isn't so bad. So I started playing goalie back when I was like 8, and then my parents started to figure out that I was a little bit crazy. Like I was off my rocker.
Okay, so that's confirmed.
It was after I became a goalie that
Right.
they were like, okay, this kid's a little off.
So then, would you say like does it like in terms of sports, not even like soccer, hockey, whatever sport has a goalie, like to be a goalie, you have to be a little bit crazy?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like-
I mean, especially hockey definitely, because they get like pelted with a puck coming 95 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Right.
And I've talked to Ben on the hockey team
Yep.
about it, and he'll face like, because like for me, a high shot game for me is like especially double digits. Like if I get into the double digits,
Ooh.
they were shooting a lot.
Yeah.
But for hockey, he was like, oh no, I'll see like 50 shots a game.
And that's
Oh
well,
my
that's a lot for
God.
hockey too. And our hockey team has struggled. And this weekend, geez, Jamestown, top 7th ranked. Poor Caleb, or no, it was poor Caleb, 64 shots I think.
Jeez.
Yeah.
my
On Friday.
gosh.
Yeah,
So-
so like I think in any sport you have to be a little bit crazy to just tell yourself, you know what, these people are gonna swing like their legs, hit a ball at me or hit something as fast as they possibly can, and I'm gonna try and jump in front of it, and I'm probably gonna, hurt something on the way down or hurt something getting hit with this object, but I'm gonna do it. Yeah, you gotta be a little bit like
Gotta be
weird.
a little crazy.
I
And, like,
noticed real quick. I noticed you have a little bruise right here. Is that
Yeah,
That was
you were
from-
at the Miami game, right?
Was it from my? Yeah.
This is from Miami.
Was it?
Yeah,
gosh.
so I don't think anybody really saw what happened. Like they just saw me on the ground after.
Yeah.
But I looked back at pictures from it, and I hit like a girl came up and headed me in the head.
Oh.
No, yes, I do. Actually, I
gosh.
remember you being on the ground, but I didn't see what happened because I have a bad view at the
Yeah,
press
so it
box.
was on a corner kick, and I came out to punch it, and on my way like down, a girl was jumping up to try and head it. I don't know why, because I had already punched it. So
Right,
I
yeah.
don't know, maybe she had her eyes closed, but yeah, she like right on the top of her head like came up and headed me in the head. So I had
Wow.
like something from a cartoon sticking out of my head.
What?
And
It's
just-
not funny, but it like was funny because she was like laying on the ground and we were like, Sadie, like you gotta get up, like come on. Like our
Right.
trainer was coming out. We're like, Sadie, we need you. We got like 15 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, I
we're
think
up
it was like 13
1-0.
at that point.
And she was like, is it bad? And like not kidding, you turn her face and it was like a huge
Oh,
egg on her
God.
head.
Oh my God.
And I was trying to
Within,
stay
like, 2
calm, but
minutes.
it was really it wasn't funny. I was glad you were okay, but
We
just,
know,
like,
yeah.
I've seen something like
it
that
was
before, though.
huge.
I know what you mean by funny.
You know, like-
on a team where you're like,
Yes.
you're like, you got an egg growing out of your head, yo. Like, come on.
Yeah, it was really. It was
Well,
funny.
I mean, after the game, I thought it was hysterical.
And then she
like,
put her little beanie on
Yeah.
to hide it. And I was
Don't tell me.
After the game-
Was it protruding out the hat though? or
No,
not?
I literally, it was like you could. It probably had like an inch and a half. Off
No
off
way.
It
my
was
forehead.
big, yeah.
Wow.
It went away within a day, but God, that thing was ugly. I looked like I had an alien growing out of my.
Yeah, it looks
like,
a lot better now.
That's something that I was like about to say is like the hockey goalies and like goalies in other sports, they got so much pads on. Like, the hockey guys, you got the pillows on the legs, you got the
Yeah.
mask, you got these big shoulder pads. Like I've seen them get dressed. Like it takes them a long time to
Yeah.
get
Oh
dressed.
God, I can't
Like-
imagine.
Like you don't have very many pads on, do you? Do you have any pads on at all?
I
as a
mean,
goalie?
I have the same stuff that field players have. I've got shin guards
Oh, true.
and then
Well-
goalie gloves, but that's
it. Like you got no chest protector and no obviously no mask. Like
No, I've seen some goalies wear like headgear and stuff. I'm not one of those. It gives
no.
me the
It
ick.
looks like
I feel like I feel like if you're one of it's kind of like wheelie bags in hockey. If you see somebody with a wheelie bag, like you just know, like, oh come on, dude. Like let's grow up. Like if you're wearing the
Yeah.
soccer one, like you're just a wuss if you're wearing a mask as a goalie in soccer. You can't be wearing a
Yeah.
mask.
That's how like leggings are looked at though. When it's like really cold and girls wear like leggings. and
Oh
they're-
yeah, I've
I'm
seen
like,
it before. No.
No.
You
Come
know
on,
about
let's
that?
fight through
For
the cold here.
goalies, it makes
I
sense
feel like I've
because
seen-
you're
There's-
diving.
Well, one
but,
of our
like,
goalies wears leggings, and like I've seen other goalies wear leggings, and it like for me, a goalie wearing leggings doesn't look as weird. Personally, I can't do that. Like it just makes me any kind of Under Armour. I will play. I'm from Texas, and I will still play
Nice.
in like 10-degree weather without any Under Armour because it just makes me feel so uncomfortable.
That's good. No, from Texas too. Like I
Yeah.
feel like all the remember like a couple years ago when Texas had like that freezing rain or whatever, and like everything shut down.
It was snow. We had snow.
Was it snow?
It was like maybe a foot of snow or something like that. I
gosh.
don't know. But yeah, it shut everything down. It was
So,
really entertaining.
Is that like would you like freak out too if you're out there and you see that? Like, is that
So no,
normal
but that
reaction.
makes you
See it
different because if
snowing
you're
Yeah.
during a game? Well, no, I played in the snow.
Oh, I'm saying like
Right.
if you're in Texas and that happens, is that like something
Oh.
you guys like be like what's going on?
I
Like,
feel like the game would get
I think
canceled.
in like high school I might have played in snow, and it
Okay.
wasn't like crazy because we played through the winter. But yeah, no, whenever it really snows, that's when you're like, all right, stuff's about to get shut down because we don't have snow plows.
for sure. Okay, makes sense.
Oh, I mean, there's your goalie talk for
Yeah.
the 10-minute segment of goalie
Right,
talk. Goalies
right.
are crazy, man. I respect goalies so hard because like, man, I'm too much of a wuss to play goalie. Like I didn't like blocking shots as like a forward in hockey. Like I would like get flamingo-y and like get all tight. I'm like, I don't want to block that shot.
Honestly, though, in recent games, I feel like Abby has taken worse hits than
Really?
me.
I've
Like
taken
I
some
hit the
hits.
ground a lot, but Abby has also hit the ground a lot in like most of our games.
That's just like the build of our conference, though. Again, it's not like super technical, like scoring these crazy goals. It's just a dogfight, like I was saying. So
yeah.
you're jumping for balls in the middle. Everyone's knocking each other over. So like that's why I love our team, is because like everyone you put out there, they're gonna put their body on the line for anything.
Mhm.
So my body definitely hurts a lot, but if it takes making the MAC tournament, then
Then it's worth it.
you got to do what you got to do.
Definitely,
you know?
yeah. Definitely. I mean, I've seen you guys take advantage of that. You know, like really be physical this year. I don't know. It looks a little bit different than last year. I'm not gonna lie.
100%.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I had about the goalies.
That's all I have on field. But you know what? From talking about you coming from Texas, I got another question idea. So, Abby, where are you from?
Wakanda, Illinois.
Oh, so you're from here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Wait, that's
cool,
where
cool.
that's where Kaylin's from.
That's right.
One of our sports reporters is from there.
Oh, cool.
Someone mentioned Wakanda, and then no one heard of it, so they're like.
Everyone
immediately
does like the
Yeah.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Black
I
I
Panther.
want
I
her
hear
to do
it.
it whenever we walk out and they announce her name.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah, I should.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be
But-
sweet.
So I was gonna ask, since you're from Texas, what are your favorite like professional sports team to follow? And I could probably guess yours, but if you have a different one, let me know.
Okay.
Well, I would say in terms of soccer, FC Dallas, because I grew
Okay.
up on the club FC Dallas.
Yeah, nice.
I'm a Stars fan.
Dallas,
Dallas Stars.
did you have a hard time during the playoffs last year?
Yeah.
So did I, because I was
Yeah,
cheering
and then
for
whenever
Dallas.
they lost the playoffs, or lost the Stanley Cup, it was like 2
Yeah.
years ago.
Were they in the cup?
They
What was
were,
it?
yeah, they made it
They
to the
lost-
finals in the bubble. And
Oh,
they
the
lost to
bubble,
they
Tampa.
lost
yes.
they lost to Tampa. That was tough. And then I'm a Rangers fan.
The
and then-
Rangers.
Ooh.
Yeah, they just won game 1 yesterday too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
exciting.
They actually, well, this season was up and down
It was.
for them, but and then football, I'm actually a 49ers fan. I hate the Cowboys.
Nice.
Good.
Respect. We all hate the Cowboys
Respect.
Oh wait, perfect.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, my whole family, like my mom's side of the family, loves them, but my dad is from California, so he's a 49ers fan,
Cool.
and just he hates them.
here.
So, when was it? The same day that we played Miami here, the 49ers played the Cowboys, and they dogged
That's
us.
right. They
Smoked
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
So, my dad was really excited. My grandpa, on the other hand, I couldn't talk to him for a week because he was in a mood. So,
You know them Cowboy fans.
Them
Yeah,
them
yeah, no.
boys.
Them boys.
Them
No,
boys.
it's-
America's team.
Do you know who Stephen A. Smith is?
No.
The like sports he's like kind of like a sports
Analyst.
pundit, sport analyst guy
Broadcaster.
for ESPN.
Yeah.
No.
Well, every time he hates the Cowboys. Like if you look up like
It's so
Stephen A. Smith Cowboys, like there was a time where he did like the show at like in Dallas, like before a Cowboys game, and he was like wearing a cowboy hat. He had like a cigar. And so he did like his top 5 things he hates about the Cowboys, and the number one thing was Cowboys fans, and he's literally surrounded by
Yeah.
Cowboys fans.
yeah. No, that makes a lot of Cowboys fans. And, like, you walk around Texas, you probably, like, if you just walk in a city, you'll probably come across, like, 30, 40 people wearing a Cowboys shirt.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. I mean, I feel bad for the Texans. Like, they're on the up and up a little bit, but I don't think anyone.
Yeah,
you know any?
no,
Do you know any Texan
no,
fans?
People forget that the Texans exist. Well, I'm also
Kind of like the
from-
White Sox. You know?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm also from North Texas, so like I live right next to Arlington, which is where they
Right.
play.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, especially around me, people are Cowboys fans. But
You ever been to a game?
a Cowboys game?
Mhm.
I went once when I was like a kid, but now, I mean, if you want to buy tickets, you gotta pay like $1,000 to sit in the nosebleed.
Oh, no doubt.
my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah.
They got a
Especially
really
at
nice
that
stadium,
stadium. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. I
So-
remember when I was a kid, I went there, but I didn't go to a game, unfortunately. But they're right next to each other, right? Like, is Globe Life Field right next to it, too?
Yeah, Rangers they just built Texas Live, which is where the Rangers like play. It's like their new stadium. They've
Oh,
got,
okay.
like a whole entertainment thing.
Yeah.
In their stadium, but yeah, the Cowboys is like their field is right next to it.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of cities that do
And
that.
then you got Six Flags, and then you got Hurricane Harbor, so I would always go there.
That's
My
right.
grandparents would go to the game.
There's another really big water park there that I went to. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Is it Schlitterbahn?
No.
There's
doesn't
like
sound right.
we've got Hurricane Harbor, which is like the one that I grew up going to. It's pretty massive, and then
Okay.
we've got Schlitterbahn.
I
which
think
is,
I'm
like,
thinking of one like closer to Houston. Do you know?
It might have been Schlitterbahn.
Okay,
It's like a
that-
German. It's in a German town, but it's like near, kind of around Austin, like
Yeah.
in between like Austin and Houston.
Is it like massive? Because I remember it being
Yeah,
massive.
it's in New Braunfels. It's like goes into there's a part of the water park that like goes into the river.
Oh wow,
Um,
that's pretty.
but
sick.
it's
Oh.
yeah.
I don't remember that though. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. But yeah, that's
There's
pretty
two.
cool.
There was two of them though.
Okay. Okay.
So like you could have gone to either one.
for
Dude,
sure.
I gotta go to Dallas now.
Dude, Texas is
It's
nice.
like sounds like so much fun things to do there. Much more
Yeah.
fun things to do than in DeKalb, Illinois.
Oh,
man.
I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Gosh.
I'm trying to
For
get
sure.
Abby to come for spring break.
I might go
Yes.
for spring break.
That'd be sick.
That's
Yeah,
sick.
That would
Sick.
That
be
sounds
fun.
awesome. You can go to what's it called, Schlitterbahn?
Schlitterbahn.
Go to
No, I'd
Schlitterbahn.
take her to like downtown Fort Worth. She can see the stockyards.
excited.
Nice.
Go to the
Okay.
honky tonk.
I will be there.
Would you you don't cheer on, you don't watch basketball at all, do you?
I am a
You-
Mavs
a Mavericks fan?
I'm
Yeah,
a
I would love to
huge
go watch
Luka
it.
Doncic fan.
Yeah, nice.
Was originally a Dirk fan,
Sure.
but you know,
You
rest in
know the
peace.
Mavericks.
He's not
with the-
dead, just retired.
Yeah. You know the Mavericks with their European players. You always find
Yeah,
like a
I
diamond in the
know.
rough, really. And
And
Luka's crazy.
pray that they stay.
Yeah,
Actually,
honestly.
Mark Cuban will write them a contract to stay.
Mark Cuban's a great owner.
Hand him a blank check, man.
But
Yeah.
Abby, how about you? Your favorite teams?
Bears fan, but it's kind
I'm
of
so
hard
sorry.
To be a
I'm so
Bears
sorry.
fan.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. We're gonna talk about the
We'll talk
Bears.
about
dude.
it.
I watched like a lot of soccer though, so I like watching the MLS, even though it's like not considered like
The top.
the top soccer. I like watching it.
Still good
just
soccer being played, though.
because- Yeah, I mean it's just fun to watch. Again, the Bears, unfortunately.
Do
Been to
you-
a couple Cubs games,
Do you like follow the Red Stars at all?
a little bit.
Okay.
We watch a little bit of NWSL.
I
but-
actually have a sort of kind of connection to the Red Stars because this girl I went to high school with, her name is Sarah Griffith.
Okay.
She's on the Red Stars now, and she's good friends with one of my good friends.
Hmm.
And we've like hung out like
Your friends,
because
friends,
of
friends,
that.
Oh,
friends.
Yeah.
cool.
Really?
still.
Oh, you've hung out with her?
Yeah, well, she's like she's Elias's friend. My
Okay.
friend Elias. So like when
Is he the one in
I
the
hang out,
military?
yes,
Okay.
I hang out with him. She's there. She's been there a few times.
That's pretty
So
sick.
like I have that small little
Then
connection
you
to the
have
Red
a
Stars.
connection. It's still a connection.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
she, which is I just find that kind of cool.
Get
Yeah,
some
that is
tickets.
cool.
Like I should go to a Red Stars game.
I'll
I've never been
go.
to
You
like
should.
I've been to, I've been to like I've been to one of your guys' games, but I've never really been to like a soccer game before. It's like I should I don't know I should,
We
We
go,
don't
I
count
should
as
go
a
to one.
soccer game.
Well,
Like a professional.
Like
No,
a professional.
you
I
guys know what I'm
I'm
talking
just
about.
talking on
Dude,
you.
I know what
I'm
you're
getting
talking
called
about.
out over here, man.
He's
Dude,
getting hot
it's
now.
hard, dude. I'm a hockey
Yeah.
guy, man.
No, but for real, anyone listening, go watch the Huskies, man. These girls work so hard, and I love to watch them. I love to cover them, and they're great fun to talk to, too. So,
Thanks.
and
Thank you.
let me just say real quick, too, before we get into off-field stuff, Coach, great guy. Love
Yeah.
talking to him. What do you guys think about Coach?
I think everybody is in
awesome.
consensus that we love him.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, it's night and day from our old
Previous?
coaching staff.
Yeah.
They're just like, they're easy people to talk to, and they care about us so much, like off the field, which pours on into the field.
For sure.
And they understand like we're all going through stuff, whatever, and they're just really good people. So they're not only good with like soccer, but it makes it much easier to like them that they're awesome off the field
Off the
too.
field,
yeah,
Yeah.
it's the whole coaching staff.
Yeah,
It's, like
all of them.
Mike is great. Lawrence, who's our assistant coach,
Mhm.
is great. He's my goalkeeper coach. V is awesome. She's like super young, so like it's really fun to talk to her.
Easy to connect. with
Coach
her.
yeah,
T,
Coach
she's our
T is
volunteer.
just a sweetheart.
And
I-
Ashley, our trainer, we
yeah.
absolutely adore
shout
her.
out
We
to
love her
Ashley.
so
We just
much.
saw her this afternoon.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I think the big thing is, they care about us, like how we're doing as people first. And I think that's honestly why we play so much like harder, is that we're also like playing for our coaches, because everybody respects them so much and like wants them, like we want ourselves to be successful, we want the team to be successful, we want the coaches to be successful.
Definitely.
So I think that's a big part of it.
And they've already turned around the program like in 2 years. Like if you look 3 years ago, by this time we were already ready to like be done because we weren't going to make the tournament. But like the past 2 years last year we were really close, this year we're even closer. So like them just turning the whole program around hopefully will also get more girls to want to come here.
Definitely,
and they'll eventually play for a title, hopefully this year. But they've just completely changed the program around. So it's been really fun.
You could tell, you could feel like it's a winning culture now for you guys now.
Yeah, 100%.
That's great. Just another random tidbit. When I was interviewing you last week for the Miami game, there was a little girl next to us. Was that? Who's that?
That was my niece.
Really?
Yeah, she wants to be a Husky someday.
Really?
Yeah, no,
awesome.
she's 7. So like she just turned 7.
Yeah.
So she's like she's been playing soccer for a couple of years, and she's like dead set on I'm going to be a Husky.
Yeah, she was so cute. When I was interviewing you, she was just like staring up at you.
Yeah, apparently she relayed back the whole interview to my family.
Really?
Whenever we were at dinner. Yeah, I was gone. I hadn't gotten there yet, and she told them the whole interview.
That's awesome. Wow. Yeah, I gave her a little fist bump too. She's awesome.
Yeah.
What's her name again?
Her name's Paisley.
Paisley.
Shout out
Paisley.
Shout out Paisley. Man.
All right, well, off the field questions.
Okay.
Are you guys ready for them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So so I actually travel with hockey. So I've seen some of the little games and things they do as a team. So when they go to a restaurant, obviously it's rookies off the bus last. So when they're coming back out to the bus, they do this thing called bus tag, where the last person to touch the bus, like, so somebody's right, and they have to tag somebody. So if you touch the bus, you're safe. So the person that's by the end and everybody's on is like they lose, right, and they have to sing a song in front of the bus when it's over. Okay, if they lose, and the rookies are they're put like in a disadvantage because they have to be off the bus last, and that means they leave the restaurant last. So I was wondering if you guys have any like small little games like that you play on the road, or like just kind of those like it's funny, but like it brings you guys closer together as a team, brings the chemistry closer together. Do you have any of those small little like harmless little games that are fun that you guys do on the road?
No, we tried to play a prank on our coaches once. That didn't go over well at a dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was bad. It was at Texas Roadhouse. They did not appreciate it.
We tried to say it was their birthday.
Which
at Texas Roadhouse they make it really
that's the age-old one.
extravagant.
I've done that to my coach.
Yeah.
Well, and it actually was like the week before. Both Lawrence and Mike, our coaches, have the same birthday, and it was like that week before we traveled. So it really was their birthday. But we also told the restaurant they were each turning like 40.
So how did it backfire?
What did they just
They were like, they knew like we had something to do with it. They always think it's us.
Yeah,
to be
they always think it's us.
But then they said it wasn't, and then they got our other teammate like put on the spot on that, like, that horse they put you on at Texas
It's like a
Roadhouse,
saddle.
like the little
you
saddle.
have to, like, ride a saddle.
They put her on it, and then everyone in the whole restaurant was looking at her and singing happy birthday to her. So it just backfired on us. We were trying to make them do it, but then they turned it around. And
I was like imagining
us.
in my head like the servers coming up and be like happy
Yeah,
birthday, like with like the big candle, like the big firecracker.
Well, I
cake
felt
or
bad for
something.
the servers. They didn't know what to do because we told them like, oh, it's our coach's birthday, and then they come up and they're like yelling to the restaurant.
Usually, don't they at Texas Roadhouse? They don't even they just go up and they're like, attention, Roadhouse, and then they just start singing like. They didn't do that. They went up to our coaches first, asked questions, and then didn't do anything. And I was like,
Yeah, that sucks.
They ruined it. They ruined it. You're supposed to sing happy birthday. And then the coaches are supposed to sit there and be embarrassed.
And ride the saddle.
Yeah, come on.
And be embarrassed.
Come on, guys. You don't want to ride the saddle?
Dude, that's
that'd be fun. I'd want to ride the saddle.
So did it end up just being like really awkward?
Yeah, so after that, we just decided we're not doing anything like that to
Dang.
our coaches.
I thought about getting them water shots.
Water shots?
Like, have you seen the TikToks?
Yeah,
where,
like on TikTok where like the teams will order like shots but tell the restaurant like, oh, just put water in them. Or like they'll have them ordered to the table and like except for the coaches, and then the coaches like
see everybody.
Watch everybody take a shot, but it's just water.
That'd be pretty funny.
You gotta make
That's
a face
good
after
one.
like,
Actually, I've never heard of that one. I should
that's pretty good.
I should say that to. I got some people that are on teams right now that
if
would
they
probably think that's pretty funny.
The people you're breaking afterwards, if they just be like, oh man, that was
If I was a coach and I saw that, I'd be like,
But
what?
Our trainer knows because our trainer was talking to us about it. So if we did it to our coaches, she would know. So just ruin it. So maybe we have to do it.
Yeah.
She'd rat you out?
No, she's really cool. She'd probably like
Play along.
You got to play along.
play along
Yeah.
with
For sure.
it. She's cool.
Surely you got to play along with that.
That's so funny.
Yeah, like those the road shenanigans. Like the road is where like the team chemistry like goes up. Like when I played, like when we go to out-of-state tournaments in the hotels and stuff, like playing mini sticks in the hallway, breaking stuff, and the hotel manager comes and yells at us.
Yeah, I mean when I had tournaments for basketball, like we would just end up staying up way too late and then playing like crap the next day. So
8 a.m. game, still up to like midnight, and the coaches are yelling at us. But our coach was always just in the bar, so didn't really matter. He was just as tired as we were in the morning.
He just needed one.
I think it's just like whenever you go on the road, your mind is just in a different place. Like it feels like a fever dream every time you go on the road. Like it doesn't feel real.
Do you guys enjoy being on the road too? You prefer being back here?
I mean, I don't mind bus trips because it's fun sometimes. And Sadie and I are always roommates, so it's fun. But
you better say something good.
I did. But I think it's just because I'm so old now. I just hate being on the bus. I'm like, I just like want to get off the bus so bad.
mean,
it hurts my back, my neck.
Wow.
Like, it's bad. It's fun being with the team and like going to team dinners and stuff. But like being on the bus in general.
I think like post games in the locker room though, like after this weekend, whenever we get to just like crank the tunes, like kind of have a party. We do pull some shenanigans on other teams after we win.
Hey, hockey. That's how it feels to win a game. Win a game. I'm tired of writing about losing.
On like someone else's like turf in a way because they can hear us in the locker room like screaming and then they are in their own home and they didn't win. So there is like ups and downs to it, but I'd definitely rather be at home winning a game in front of all our fans than away, you know.
Very good point.
Yeah, I mean I can understand that.
Yeah.
Except at least your mom and dad.
Yeah,
or at least your parents
game.
are at every game.
Yeah.
So.
Even those like super far ones?
Yeah, they just came to Kent. They went to Akron.
Nice.
Last year
I think
they
it's just
went
because
all the
it's
way
my
to
last
Buffalo.
season.
Makes
so
sense.
They're like trying to watch all the games they can.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Yeah, that's good.
It's exciting.
Man, the road is fun.
It is.
The road is fun.
Another question I have for you guys is who would you both say is the funniest teammate? And if you have a funniest teammate, do you have a funniest story about this teammate?
There is a lot of funny teammates.
Yeah.
I'm not even just saying it, but Sadie's really funny.
Okay.
So
I'm the personality hire.
like something like Sadie never ceases to amaze me because I think I know everything about her, and then she'll just bring up random story from the kid from the bayou or something like that. It's just so random. But Edith Delgado is hilarious too.
Nice,
She cracks me up. Just in general, she's a really funny person. But I think we have a lot of different personalities on the team, which makes it fun.
That's great.
But yeah, Sadie and Edith are super funny. So
Any good stories about either?
I don't know. My car got struck by lightning once. That one was a shocker.
What? See, this is what I'm saying. Like there's so many random things.
I had a teammate just like you when I played hockey. Like this guy lived in like he lived like in the middle of nowhere, and he would come to the locker room. He'd be like, "Hey boys, guess what?" And we're like, "What?" He's like, "So I saw this squirrel out in my driveway, and then I took out my flamethrower and burned it to a crisp." Just something like that, just something random like that, and we'd all be
random.
like, "What are you talking about, dude?"
It's like, oh, it's Sadie. Like it makes sense.
Yeah, Coach thinks I should write a book. So
true stories from both of you guys, right? True stories from
Not a flamethrower. I switched flamethrower for BB gun, but that is something that is like it's like
that type
it's like an example of something he would have said.
Right, right. So you got your car struck by lightning.
Yeah.
Were you in the car?
Yes.
What?
It wasn't my car. It was my dad's car, and we were driving home from practice. This was back when I was in like early high school.
I have a funny story. Do you want to finish? Sure, I can.
No, we were just driving back. It was like monsoon rain. I had just gotten done with like 6 hours of practice, and then my car got struck by lightning. Saw a big flash in front of us. I thought we blew a tire at first, and then my dad. We were able to turn the car back on. Like, our car still worked.
How did the car not like melt?
So
fry.
So it hit the engine, and then it stopped our car. Luckily, we were on the highway, but everybody's going like 10 miles an hour. So my dad turned it back on. Luckily, it turned, but the whole dashboard like lit up like a Christmas tree.
Oh,
like
man.
all the like problems that could have been on, like all the lights. Yeah. So we pulled off. By the grace of God, there was a AAA like headquarters right off the highway.
Wow.
So we kept it there overnight, and it apparently like fried the electronics in the car. But so they fixed that. I was a freshman, so whatever my dad told me was wrong with the car, I didn't understand. But I know it fried the electronics, and we had to get that fixed.
That's insane.
He still has it. He still drives it.
Like, the car still like works?
Yeah, he fixed everything on it.
Wow.
It was a couple grand, but that's his baby.
So how'd you get home that day?
My mom had to come and pick us up.
Okay.
We left it there, and like my mom came and picked us up, and then they got it towed to a place the next morning.
Good.
So.
That's good. Hopefully it wasn't too far from home.
Yeah.
It was like 30 minutes.
A
That's not too
car
bad.
struck by lightning? That's like,
No, that's
I don't think
insane.
I've heard of that ever. That's wild.
No, yeah. I didn't know like that.
I'd
That
freak
makes
out.
sense, but
Yeah,
Sounds
well,
like you were
ironically, like 30 seconds before it happened, I was like, Dad, that lightning's really close. He was like, no, we're fine. We're in a car. We've got rubber tires. The car was really low to the ground. It was like
Okay.
a race car type of car. But yeah, then like 30 seconds later, we get struck.
Did you like,
so you jinxed it.
Yeah, no,
Nice.
he did.
Oh, he jinxed it. Okay, we'll say he did. Yeah.
I would have like freaked out. It sounds like you were so like calm and collected.
At
there.
that
Yeah,
point,
that's for
I
sure.
was crying. I wanted to get home. I had practiced so long that day.
Ugh.
It was monsoon rain. We couldn't drive over 10 miles an hour.
Jeez, no, that sounds horrible.
Okay, you had a story
Yeah,
as
I
well,
want to hear
right?
your story.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's anything compared to this getting struck by lightning, but it was like in the winter, and it was like a blizzard, like most DeKalb winters are, you know? And this was at the time where it was spring season, so we were training inside the Chesac. And we trained at like, 8 to 10 at night, maybe? It was really
okay.
late.
Our junior year?
Yeah, it was late.
Yeah.
It's not really correlating, but so we all go to practice that night, and we're like, oh, like, what'd you do today? And Sadie's like, do you know where Casey's is?
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
those apartments, like Aspen and everything,
Mhm.
we
We have a
live
friend who
over
lives there.
there.
Mhm.
Yeah. And Sadie's like, we're like, what'd you do today? She's like, oh, I walked all the way, like, to Schnucks, got some groceries, came all the way back.
What?
From Aspen.
From there?
And we're like, Sadie, why didn't you, like, ask any of us for a ride? Just
Well,
wanted
I
to go
had-
for a little walk.
No.
A little walk? That's
So
like 2 miles
So,
round.
yeah,
All the way
that's
down
what
to
I-
Annie Glidden,
But
bro, you
that's, like,
wild.
so Sadie.
No, with
like,
this
that's
story,
just-
to give a little backstory, Friday, I left, like, DeKalb. I had to go to Wisconsin for a class, like, thing on Saturday. Ended up working a race. Like, for one, Northerners are insane. Like, you race in a blizzard? Who does that?
Like a marathon?
It was in a marathon. It was called the Abominable Snow Race.
Okay.
But we get there, and there's, like, obstacles throughout, like, this 5K course.
one of
And we have to
those.
work the obstacles in a blizzard.
Jeez.
Who in their right mind does that? I thought I was crazy.
Oh, for sure.
No, anyways,
Who
but
walks in a blizzard to Schnucks?
Well, anyway, so I come back the next day, and my
Your
car
goalie
was
does. The
Seriously.
goalie, of course.
I come back the next day, my car wasn't starting, and I had to get groceries. My roommates were asleep, so I took a little stroll, but I was fine. I layered up. I
Right?
made sure I had my little
It's-
bags to carry my groceries in.
Yeah, the
Nice.
funniest
Wait.
thing about what you just said is that you are referring to it as a
little
little stroll.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like you're going to Casey's and back. You're going all the way to Schnucks.
No, I mapped
there
it out. It
and
was
back.
like a little bit over a mile or something. Is that-
There's no way.
So round trip, how long did that
See,
take?
I'll-
In a
Uh,
blizzard,
Here.
no behind you.
I
in,
got you guys.
in the blizzard. I think it probably took me like
So Casey's to
hour
Schnucks.
and a half. I knew what I was getting, and I knew I had to limit my list
It's-
because I had to carry,
Carry
it
all the way back. Yeah.
It's a 6-minute drive.
That's what I'm saying. There's no
it's
way
a
it's
2-mile. Wait, so if it's
Just
it's a
there.
walk, it's 43 minutes there and then 43 minutes
exactly. Yes. It's
No
not-
blizzard.
It's not
back.
a
In
mile.
a blizzard.
hey, I had like 2 layers of socks on, my snow boots.
Yeah, but
I was prepared for this northern weather.
I
Wait,
can
so-
now see why you are the
My bad.
goalie.
My bad.
I
Yeah.
can now see why you are the goalie.
Yeah.
And like every sports team in history has that one person that like you have a conversation with them and then you walk away from that conversation being like, what?
Yeah, you
Like,
just never know what's going to
you
come
never
out
know
of
what's
her
gonna
mouth.
happen, and it sounds like Sadie is that person on the team.
Yes.
And
Well,
that's
apparently my
awesome.
roommates were concerned, and they like before I got back, they were like, "Oh, where's Sadie?" And then I walked through the door, and they were like, "We literally just said that you probably walked to the grocery store," and I did. But I'm predictable.
I guess.
Sometimes
What'd you get?
I
at
like
the-
to keep people on their toes.
What did you get at the grocery store?
Sandwich meat, bread,
I mean,
creamer, and coffee for sure.
if you got like things that are, if you got like some frozen pizzas or some popsicles, you were all good. Like you didn't have to worry about those melting on your way back at all.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no,
You-
I didn't have to worry about. Nothing was gonna melt. It was a blizzard.
Exactly.
That's
true.
So like, I feel like that's a perfect opportunity to at least
exactly.
go and get some like freezer essentials.
Yeah, I think I did. I definitely got some like dairy products and stuff. My creamer.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I mean, it's funny how you're just talking about it. Like it was just
So
a
casual.
normal
Yeah.
So
stroll.
casually talking
No
about
one-
this
Fine.
45-minute walk.
You also had 20 other teammates that would have taken you. I literally said, Sadie, why didn't you just ask? I didn't want to bother anyone.
Well, I didn't want anybody to have to drive to the grocery store who didn't need to go get groceries and just walk around the grocery store with me.
We would all do it for you, though. You don't have to walk an hour and a half
Well,
to
it was
Schnucks
also
and
therapeutic.
back.
I like going. I'll walk at like 2 a.m. Just go on a nice
See,
little stroll.
another, like, it
No,
just
what?
never
What,
ceases
in
to amaze
DeKalb?
you.
Yeah, what are you doing? Just walk it around?
Yeah, normally I leave my phone at home just to disconnect.
See,
Okay.
this is what I'm saying.
In DeKalb?
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, if I can't sleep, what am I supposed to do?
I
I've tried melatonin.
don't know.
I watch ASMR.
Yeah, I just
I
Listen
do
to it.
appreciate some ASMR.
It's good, right?
Certain genres, yeah.
Right, right.
we do a
Yeah.
little Northern Star like ASMR like this.
A little whisper.
Oh, like here with the
So
NIU
funny.
women's soccer team.
That's good.
Oh, you're actually going with
I'm
that.
actually gonna go-
We could do the rest of our podcast in a whisper.
The rest
That's
of the
actually a good
podcast,
idea
We're
for
here
a
with
special-
NIU women's soccer.
We could do that for a special episode.
Oh my gosh, we actually
We'll come back for it.
Yes.
No, you guys could
ASMR
just-
ASMR with NIU women's soccer.
We can have people back here if they want slumber, like
Yeah,
sleeping bags,
like-
slumber
Yeah.
party.
We could have like a
Test it out.
whole thing. Like if anyone needs to do their homework, like
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, it's for the students.
Look at it. They're giving us
You need to
podcast
do
ideas
them.
now.
This is
You know what?
great.
That's you guys are giving us better podcast ideas than our own staffers.
Hey, shout out you guys. Not trying to throw you under the bus, but hey,
But hey, I'm expecting big things at budget today.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
we have a
'cause-
weekly meeting, and I always say, if you want to be on the podcast, bring me a good segment idea.
And
everyone's
it
just-
cannot suck.
Yeah, I mean, I say it worse than that, but
That's putting it nicely.
I say if it's bad, you're not coming on. If it's good, I'll consider it. But
We did have one good one. Zach gave us the good
Zach
one. It was
did give us the
fantasy
one.
football.
Oh,
It was like a
that's-
fantasy
yeah.
football type deal. So that one was pretty good. But other than that, I mean, we haven't really had that many good ideas. The
'Cause
hockey podcast was fun.
it was good. Like an example of an idea was last year we would take like non-sports people on here and like quiz them on like certain logos,
That's fun.
and they would give the funniest answers, right?
Mm.
What was the?
We're not getting that anymore.
What was the? Do you know the Seattle Kraken? Do you know the hockey team? The logo.
What does it look like?
The
I'll pull it
you
up right
Pull
now.
it up. But so like, once he pulls up the logo, I'll say. But like, some of the answers we got were like really funny. Or no, was it the Kraken or the Marlins that Sarah said?
Oh, okay, yeah, I definitely seen
Well,
that.
it was either the Marlins or the Kraken of that logo, and one of our lifestyle editor Sarah was on, and she said the seahorses. We're like, what does that look like? A seahorse?
I'm trying to think of like some other iconic answers. Do you
No,
remember
it was the Kraken because one of the hints we gave her was it's like a mythological creature like the Kraken, right?
Okay.
And then she's like, the Seattle seahorses, and we're like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was mythological.
So random.
We got there.
She's
there
never
been
been
some
to an
good ones.
aquarium before.
No, clearly, like those are real.
We gotta take Sarah to the Shed Aquarium or something, dude. Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to think. All right, let's see.
We had some okay ones though.
No, I can't remember any. Like we showed them like really old, like the Browns. They used to have a little elf man.
Yeah, it's like a little elf guy. Kind of
And-
looks like Elmer Fudd.
Mm.
Which I don't know why the Browns have like all these different logos. They have like
Yeah.
a dog, an elf, just a football helmet.
Elmer helmet. Yeah.
It's kind of
She said that. She's like, oh, the Cleveland football helmets.
the Cleveland football
My
helmet.
dad has a hat of a team, and it was like an old baseball team, but the mascot was like a biscuit-looking thing. So that probably I would
maybe a
Biscuit.
minor league team.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah, it might have. My dad almost went to the minors, so like he has like a whole bunch of.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
stuff.
I think that might be a team in
Almost. He was
Alabama.
nothing special.
Some of those minor league teams. Have you guys ever heard the names of some of these minor league baseball teams? There's like the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimps.
I see them on TikTok.
Yeah,
like
the
that one minor.
bananas.
Yeah.
Savannah Bananas.
The bananas.
Yeah, the
Yes,
Savannah
I see that
Bananas.
everywhere.
And then
Yeah.
there's a couple other that I think just recently started TikTok accounts. That
Yeah.
like they'll come up every now and then, but they are entertaining.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's one of my favorite is the Rocket City Trash Pandas. I don't know if you guys have seen
Trash
that.
Trash
Pandas.
pandas?
Trash Pandas. It's a raccoon.
Oh.
They call them a trash panda.
Wait a second.
that's
that
good.
doesn't sound right.
That's
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah, there's some pretty insane ones, man. There's like, let's see, the Beloit sky carp. That's
I
like
don't
a
know what
fish.
a
A
sky-
carp
Oh,
is a
okay.
type of fish,
Okay.
I think. The
Mhm,
Greensboro
it is.
grasshoppers. That's kind of a sick name.
Yeah.
That's
El
not
Paso
bad.
Chihuahuas. Like, that's cute.
El Paso Chihuahuas.
That's on brand.
Yeah, right?
There was one.
Definitely.
I was watching this guy play MLB The Show, like his My Career or whatever,
Mhm.
and he was in the minors for the Blue Jays, and the AA team was like the Fisher Cats.
Fisher
It's
Cat.
like, what?
Lansing Lugnuts. What the?
The Hartford Yard Goats.
Like
That's
a
a pretty
lug
good
nut.
one.
Like wait, like a actual
Yeah.
lug nut.
Yeah, like what you put in the cars.
All
Yeah.
right.
Binghampton Rumble Ponies.
Yeah, I just saw
What?
that.
That's a good one.
Rumble ponies.
The Richmond Flying Squirrels.
Wait, what? I'm a Rio
I'm a real sod poodles.
That's like SIU's mascot, a Saluki.
Saluki, yes.
I've
Saluki.
never heard of that before
Wait,
in my
It's,
life.
it's
Do you
honestly
wanna-
a very ugly
Do you want
dog.
to tell them
It is.
the little interaction you had with the SIU fans after we
Oh.
lost to them?
I don't know if I
Oh.
should talk about it. Yeah, well, I'll talk about it.
It
Whatever.
was. You can keep it PG.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it wasn't a PG conversation. We lost the football game. I don't know if you guys were there for it, but
I think
I
we
was-
No, I
watched
think we
it
were
on the
away,
bus.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay,
we
you on the
watched
road?
it. We watched
Yeah.
it on the bus.
okay, cool. So yeah, it was a bad game. My brother went to SIU, and I've told this story so many times now. But my brother went to SIU, so like I was, talking a lot of smack to him, and I was really mad when we lost.
Mhm.
So like these other SIU fans, as we were leaving the stadium, like
They're
were
like,
just
bye.
in my ear. Oh, I was
bye."
just cursing up a storm on it, bro. It was so bad.
What the is a Saluki?
Yeah,
what even is a Saluki? And I was just sitting there laughing because, like, man, we just lost to SIU. Like, I just got to swallow it right now and, like, just got to hold this L. And, like, I was just sitting there laughing. Like,
Afterwards, I felt so embarrassed, dude, because I'm like, man, I really just swore at these people. I have no idea who they are. Never going to see them again. But whatever.
oh
Stuff
my
happens in the
gosh.
heat of the moment.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
sports,
Yeah.
man.
You know,
Sports, man.
It's what
It's
We were
what
sports
saying,
do
happens.
what's
to
a
you.
golden flash?
Yeah,
True.
that's
Kent State golden
what
flash
is a
is?
golden
Is that
flash?
just like a lightning bolt?
I guess.
What is their, like, mascot, though?
It looks
It's a
like
bird,
It
isn't it?
No, it looks because it has a face. Like it's a golden flash.
Okay.
But it has a face, so it almost looks like it's like a bird. Like if you look
It
it,
looks
up,
like a bird.
it looks like the head of a bird, kind of.
Let's see what.
But it's
you're
like their
talking
thing is a
about.
golden flash.
Yeah,
I also
I know what.
never
Yeah, sorry.
keep
go
going.
ahead.
No, you go. I never knew what a zip was. I didn't know that was a kangaroo.
Yeah, me either. Until we
Is
saw
it?
Is
Yeah,
it?
I didn't know
it's
that
a
either.
Don't they have like a
kangaroo.
little lightning bolt in their?
Yeah, it's like
logo?
something like that, but it's a
Oh.
kangaroo.
Looks like-
A zip is a kangaroo.
What?
Yeah.
Maybe it
Dude,
is.
the Mac has some weird.
I've never heard of a golden flash.
I feel
don't-
like
the
ours
Mac-
is normal.
Yours is normal, but like
Huskies,
you have.
bobcats. That's pretty
That's
normal.
okay, but then you have
Broncos.
obviously Akron, the Zips. It's a kangaroo. You have Kent State, the
Ironic
Golden
that
Flashes,
they're right next to each other.
and then you have the Red Hawks, Miami, which is normal. But then you're like Miami of Ohio. It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
huh?
I
It
told my
doesn't-
friend we were going to or we were playing Miami or something. She's like, "Oh, that'll be a nice vacation." I'm like, "No, not
No.
like that, Miami.
Not the you.
Good old Oxford, Ohio.
I wish." Yeah.
Julius Boozer, yeah.
Julius Boozer went to the real one. I don't know if you guys have seen that Key and Peele skit, if you even know what that is, but they had like the college, like stereotypical college football names. So like, like in the NFL, there's a guy named like DeBrickashaw Ferguson, like those funny
Yeah.
names. They started coming up with like some names that you would maybe see, and some of them was like Jack Marius Tactheratrix, like
They got some pretty crazy ones.
Jadinklage Morgoon, like
University of South Florida.
There's some really good ones. I'm trying
Oh,
to think of
man.
like some of the best ones. Like,
Well, Julius Boozer was the one we were talking about
yeah,
because he said he's from the U.
Yeah, he's from the U. You got Doink Ahanahu. That one's great. That's highly recommend those videos. That's so funny. But I had, like, I know we've been talking for a while, but
It's okay.
and I know you're not a Bears fan, but you are a Bears fan. So like, obviously, you guys had your match yesterday. Weren't able to watch the Bears, but the Bears are so depressing.
Yes.
And so sad. Just a sad organization that is just will never succeed, will never develop a quarterback. But anyway.
No. I was going to talk about it too.
I got to ask you as a, I don't know how much you know about football. I don't know how much you watch the Bears. But, I got to get it from NIU women's soccer. How do we fix the Bears?
I mean, if I'm talking from my own perspective, and I know it doesn't relate, but thinking about how our program changed is clearing out all the old, bringing in the new type thing. So I don't get to watch the games a lot just because when they play, we play.
Yeah.
But my dad tells me all about it, and he's upset all the time. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe out with the old and with the new, but I know they have Justin Fields, who's relatively newer.
I mean, he's.
So I'm not sold on Fields.
Even Justin, man.
But they all say the Bears ruined him, which is sad
That's a good
because
point.
I think
he
the
had
Bears
a lot
did
of
ruin him.
potential.
Yes.
So that's sad.
And it's to your point too. I agree. We should bring in the new. Get rid of these guys.
Get rid of Matt
our coach.
Eberflus.
Yeah, our coach right now. We hired him last year, so he's new still.
It's his second year.
Second year, so he's
Yikes.
terrible.
And we are 0-8 in divisional games since he's took over.
Wait, who's the owner of the Bears?
George McCaskey.
Gasky, yeah.
Okay, how long has he been there? See.
Well, his family is
The family, I think, has owned the Bears forever.
It's the Hallis family,
Yeah.
yeah. And then Virginia Marquette.
Well, she's she's the.
That's who I think I'm talking about.
Okay.
Hasn't she been there for a really, really
Yeah,
long
she's
time?
old. She's ancient.
Yeah.
See, maybe.
Her grandpa was the one
So
who.
is Jerry Jones.
Yeah, Jerry Jones.
Yeah, but at least okay, never mind. The Cowboys haven't really had that much success.
No,
I think
but they start the season out well. They will they want their fans to think that they will.
Toronto, just like the Toronto Maple
Yep.
Leafs. You know what? We have such a great regular season. Look at all these great players, even though Dak is mid. I don't care what anyone says. Dak is mid.
No, as a 49ers fan who has a lot of success, if you want to take a page out of our book,
True.
draft the last possible pick for a quarterback.
Yes.
Thank you, Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy's
Brock
awesome.
Purdy. I was seeing, although yesterday I was seeing memes that it was Brock Purdy when he doesn't have Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel to turn a 2-yard dump off into a 99-yard, 9-yard touchdown
Loss.
run.
Oh, yeah. Facts. Yeah, no, that was a tough loss for them yesterday. Did you watch that game at all? You see it?
No, I didn't.
That's right.
I gotta call my dad about it because then he'll explain the play-by-play
Okay, yeah.
of it, and then I'll go watch.
They
highlights.
just missed. Yeah,
Well,
that was bad.
now, Deebo Samuel's hurt, Christian McCaffrey's hurt. Let's see what you got now, Brock. Let's see what you got now that you don't have
Don't trash on Mr. Irrelevant like that.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
I mean, it's impressive though. Just to talk about Brock again, that was his first regular season loss of his career.
which
like
is kind of
yesterday.
wild.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they made it to postseason. Wow.
Yep. Regular season, he has not lost until yesterday. But even then,
And
that
he's
wasn't
still
even
on
his fault.
He's still on a small contract right now. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's after this year, right, that he gets to
Mhm.
extend it.
He's on his rookie one right now.
Well,
it's
yeah.
super
So like the
small.
rookie ones are 4 years with a 5th-year option. I think.
Is it the same for everybody?
I think so. I think that's how like the rookie contracts work.
Okay.
So he would have like last year, this year, and then even next year, and then the 49ers have the option to pick up his option. I think after that. So
Club
I'm not
option.
100% sure about that.
Yeah.
So we'll see what you got, Brock. Especially if McCaffrey and Debo are out, we'll see what you got. We'll see if he's if he's just Jimmy G in disguise.
Oh my gosh! Don't ever say that. Jimmy G is a disgrace to the 49ers.
You guys have gotten close with him.
Have you seen? I love the meme where it's like you know the video of like Jimmy G running out with like 2 minutes left in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, like because he's about to go on his game-winning drive. So like the video, it's like Jalen Hurts without like the best offensive line ever. It's like the video of Jimmy G running out. You're not gonna do anything, bro. Dude, I love football memes. Football memes are awesome.
They're great. All right, so I have one more off-the-field question before we start wrapping things up. We've gone a little bit overboard, but is that okay with you guys?
That's fine.
We have nothing
I
better to do.
only
Yeah.
got one assignment due tonight.
Great.
Yeah, we're good.
So off the field, obviously, like you do a lot more than just play soccer here. So what's like something you guys like doing here in DeKalb specifically besides practice and games? For me, as a non-athlete, there's not much to do anyway for me. So I don't know about you guys.
No, it's
At least you guys got a team to hang out with.
sit in
Yeah, I
apartment.
think that we get lucky with who we live because we live together, and then we also live with like our roommate Maddie Macon is on the team.
Oh, true. Okay.
We have another roommate Kelly, but she's never home. So
She's
rest
playing
in
the
peace.
softball team.
Yeah,
Okay.
she
So-
was used to play
Kelly, what's her last name?
Walensky.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait.
She was one of our Huskies of the week last year.
Mhm.
Wait, she's not on the team anymore?
She didn't take her fifth year.
she's our age, but yeah, she didn't take her fifth.
Oh,
okay. So
okay.
she graduated or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's in PT school now, so
Oh.
we never see her.
Oh,
She
okay.
sleeps in the cadaver lab.
Yeah, she's busy.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, kidding, she doesn't
Yeah,
actually
I was
sleep
like,
in the
wait.
cadaver.
It's kind of scary, but so what do you think?
Most of the time we just kind of like hang out. I'm a really big movie person, so I try and force them to watch movies that I think are really good.
Sure.
Like what kind of movies?
We're really our whole house likes like thriller, like suspense, or like Shutter Island type of movies where it's like
Okay.
kind
Not
of
really horror type.
No,
movie,
it
More like
sort of.
You have to like stay locked in the whole time.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then
you'll
like the
miss a
end is
part.
like a
Yeah.
big like
Oh,
I don't know.
That makes me so happy because of like all the Star Wars that's coming out recently is just trash
Yeah.
and Marvel trash and like I appreciate good stories with like good payoffs at the end. Movie I watched this weekend, Schindler's List.
Oh, that's
Holy,
such a good
amazing!
movie.
It was like literally
Such
one
a
of the
good
greatest
movie.
movies I've ever seen in my whole life, and the payoffs at the end were so good. And like, so
Yeah.
like, I love that you guys are not like. I mean, if you love Marvel movies, I'm not gonna judge you, but I'm just saying there's so much.
I am a big Marvel fan. I will say that, but that's just because I've like watched Marvel like my entire childhood.
you were a
It's
kid.
under.
I
Yeah,
think
I get it.
Recent Marvel though, I can't.
It's like if
handle
you
it.
enjoy it, like you can. I always say it, like you can enjoy whatever you want while still acknowledging its flaws.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like I like that. I liked like me specifically. I just like to hear that you guys like watch the more like you have to have your brain switched on while
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
watching. I love that. Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
So
love
a
that.
lot of like movies that leave you kind of like what.
Any like what movies like what's been the recent ones?
To Catch a Killer was a really
Really
good
good
one.
movie.
I don't know if y'all have seen it.
Never seen that.
It's
really
like it was made in like 2023. It has like Shailene Woodley, if you know her. She was in Divergent, like that's
Oh,
yeah.
but she's a cop and they have to like catch this like mass murderer.
Oh.
It was really, good. And then what else have we watched?
You've picked. I love watching movies, but Sadie definitely introduced me to more movies. So you pick all the movies. I just sit there locked
So
in.
while-
That's definitely
A
me
lot of-
too.
a lot of,
I'm not a
like,
movie
crime,
person.
Yeah,
like-
but
Crime movies where it leaves you like I'm trying to get her to watch the movie Seven, which is like from
she just started
I've
watching
heard
it
of
No,
it.
I didn't
yesterday.
just start watching. Well, yes, I just watched it yesterday, but I knew about it before. But it's like a Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman movie from like the 90s. And it's basically about this killer that kills based off the 7 deadly sins.
Oh, that's kind of
Oh.
interesting. That's like
It-
an interesting premise.
Yeah, so, and then
You
I
said
haven't,
is it
I haven't seen
old?
the whole thing.
Old movie.
Yeah, old,
Okay.
like from the 90s, not like
90s.
crazy old. But
That's pretty. I mean, Schindler's List is 97.
That's
Yeah,
such a
something
good
like
I
movie.
haven't, dude. I've heard so many good things.
Dude.
But I've never watched it.
We'll
Have you guys seen
and I can
Shutter
watch that.
Island?
Heard of
Uh,
it, never seen it.
Have to watch it.
Yeah.
That one is
that
really
one's probably the
good.
biggest, like, you and the movie, like, do what I know is real, like,
That one,
Yeah.
no, that one's so good because it doesn't like. I'm not spoiling anything, but like it leaves you thinking at the end of the movie, so you
Yes.
could think of so many different
Ah.
scenarios in your head.
Yeah.
But it's such a good movie.
So whenever I talk about movies with people, I think you might know where this is going.
Oh yeah. He's
Whenever
very
I-
critical.
Whenever I talk movies with people, I always ask if they've ever seen and then what they think about Lord of the Rings, if you've seen it.
Weren't we just talking about this? Were we talking about this?
I
Because
don't
Maybe
think you're
someone
talking about
else.
with me.
Yeah.
I love Lord of the
I-
Rings.
I was talking
so
about it with
good.
someone, and they're long, but they're good movies. My dad made me sit down and watch all
Yeah,
of them.
my
so-
dad was a big Lord of the Rings guy, so, like,
For good
whenever I was,
reason.
Mhm.
whenever I was, like, a kid, I would watch them, but I think I was just too young and, like, too in my own world to really understand the plot. So I've never, like, watched them with, like, full intent of, like, watching the movie. Because I was, like, probably 5 or 6 whenever I watched them.
Highly recommend. So next time you guys are on, that's your homework assignment from us.
watch.
Is to watch Lord of the Rings, the extended editions, by the way. None
Yes.
of that not extended.
And we'll talk about it during ASMR.
Yeah, we'll do a little.
Yes, I was about to say that. Yes.
During ASMR.
Practice your tapping, and like if you have anything that you had like you listen to and it sounds good for triggers, bring it. And we're just gonna play with it, bro, on mic.
Like, just get like a pen and start like clicking the pen.
I don't like that.
We were talking about doing ASMR today.
No,
it's
actually
lunch.
ironic because we got lunch and I was like, Abby, we should start an ASMR podcast.
Like with our chips and stuff.
Honestly, yeah, people love that type of stuff.
Next time.
Yeah, next time we
100%
come.
ASMR stuff.
I'll prep my voice, my vocal cords.
There
Absolutely.
you go. Perfect. It's just like get really like close to the mic. You can take off like the puff guard too.
Oh, and just get really close.
Oh my God, the two bucks.
Wait, how do you take that?
Is it working
You
right
have
now?
to. I don't want to touch anything.
It's
Yeah, it's
I don't
fine.
want to ruin it.
But yeah, movies, big movie guy. I love that you guys watch a ton of movies because I could talk about like movies that I love and shows that I love. You know what? I know we're going over time, dude.
Have
but
you
like,
seen Shawshank Redemption?
yes,
Oh,
love that movie.
fantastic movie.
Love that movie.
Yeah.
Such a good movie.
This might like be, and don't judge me, okay? But I always ask people about this show, and like and people are always like, "Isn't that a kid show?" Blah blah blah. I'm like, no, it's amazing, and like, yeah, you probably watched it when you were a kid, but you have no idea the significance and how good this show is. And when you watch it now, you see it. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
I
it's so
watched
good.
that growing up, and my dad was like obsessed with it, and I was so confused because I was like, "This is a kid. Like, this is my show. Like, get out of here. Why are you enjoying this so much?"
It's so good though.
Oh my god,
One of the
And
best of all time.
I think
created.
it's my. I mean, it's bold for me to say it's one of the best shows of all time. I think they have one of the best written characters in it of all time. In Zuko, I think he's one of the best characters in any story ever.
Yeah.
But I guess
This guy could talk about it for like 3 hours.
I could go on forever. I gotta like
We'll be
stop
here.
myself because I know we don't have that much time left. But like I had to ask you guys if you've seen that and what you think about that show, and if you've seen it like recently, because like you process everything differently and know like the actual like genocide side of that and the like refugee side and like the things that the kids don't see and the kids just see, oh, fire.
Don't understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Maybe that'll be on our.
Yeah,
list.
I thought that it was more of like for people that like anime, because I'm not a big anime person.
neither am I.
No, me neither.
But yeah, maybe I'll have to watch it now.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It starts off like you just gotta kind of stick with it. It starts off a little slow because they're building like the world and they're building like the characters and stuff, and then it just hits. And the end of season 2, dude, when I was watching that with Sarah was like I have this hilarious like side by side. I don't know if I have time to find it, but I have this hilarious side by side. It's like I was recording her reaction, and one frame was like her like smiling, like like how happy. The very next frame was like.
Yeah, I remember
like
that.
jaw dropped, like
Yeah.
frowning, like it was amazing, man. Like
It's a great
I
show.
could gush about that show forever. I'll shut up now, man. Let me wheel away from the mic for a
It's
second.
okay. No, yeah, I mean that's definitely one you could definitely binge if you guys like watching stuff. Like, yeah, highly
Well, because
recommend
they're short, right? Like
Yeah,
episodes
each
Pretty short
episode's
episodes,
22
yeah.
minutes. I watched the entire show during COVID, like in 2020. I watched the whole thing in 2 days.
Yeah.
62
Alright.
episodes.
So you'll start and you'll be like, oh, it's like you start at 10 o'clock.
I'm
It's
like,
like
oh
10
my
o'clock the next
gosh,
day.
it's 9 a.m. all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's right.
But that show's awesome. I love it. Okay, but anyway.
All right, so usually, again, not sorry to cut you off again.
You're
but we end our podcast with a segment called Numbers. So, Alex, do you want to explain it?
Yeah, so we kind of hijacked this from Part of My Take. If
yeah,
you've
shout
ever
out
heard of that.
Barstool Sports. If you guys watch them.
So basically, we just pull up a random number generator. It's number 1 to 100, and you just guess a number.
Yep.
Like literally just any number between 1 and 100. If you get it, cool. If not, well, you suck.
Yep.
And when
Getting
we
close
had,
to it means nothing.
Awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
when we had the hockey guys on, I got it like exact for the first time ever in like 26 episodes.
I think it was just
it was
meant
the
to be.
first time, and it was of course the hockey guys, and I was like, you know what, you guys brought the good vibes. It was all you guys.
Oh, no pressure.
No,
Hopefully we
seriously.
brought good vibes.
you know what, my beat got it. So now
Yes, if
you gotta get
if the
it
logic
right.
works, then I should get it
Because
since I cover
since you guys are his
Alright,
beat. So we'll let you
see.
guys start. It's numbers 1 to 100. Any number between 1 to 100 could be your number on soccer. It could be literally any number you
Anything.
want.
All right, I'll go 37.
53.
53. I will go 31.
All right, I'm going to go 69 for my boy Jim Franklin. Jim
Nice.
Franklin. He wears that number. Generate. 37.
Wait, did you just say 37?
Yo!
I think I did say
Sadie,
37.
let's go, Sadie. Let's
So
go.
here, just so everyone knows. Just
Wait,
so
I gotta watch
energy.
that back.
Good
Did I
energy.
say
Look,
it?
just so everyone knows.
I'm
Hold
I
pretty
can't
on.
remember.
sure you
Did she?
said.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you said
Because I was thinking
37.
about saying 36, but then I was like, no, I gotta say an odd number.
Yeah, I can't remember. You
Did
did
you
say
say
37, right?
I'm pretty sure I did.
You show the camera?
Yeah, she said 37. It's 37.
I'm not even mad about that. That's great.
Impressive,
We gotta get the
Sadie.
athletes on here because every time we get the athletes on here,
Dude, that's got to be a sign.
someone gets a number.
We got to have you
So-
guys on every week now.
We'll do a new segment, ASMR with Sadie.
ASMR.
Exactly.
ASMR with NIU women's soccer, and we're gonna get all the numbers correct. But yeah, good job. Wow. Look at
Shout
you
out
and I.
Sadie,
Now
man.
you and I
Impressive.
have the bragging rights.
I know. Now I gotta.
Wow.
I can't wait to brag to my whole team.
Dude,
But I
and
did.
That's really
You've been on
impressive.
what? 25
Yeah,
episodes and never gotten it?
25.
One episode and
Well,
got it.
that's-
One for one.
I'm sorry, because you were close this time. You were in the 30s.
That's okay. You know what? I appreciate that, but getting close doesn't mean anything. You gotta get
I
it
know.
spot on.
Yep.
That is.
I've been one off before. I chose 98 one time for my boy Connor Bedard of the Blackhawks, and it was 97. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But
Well, yeah, that's
That's it.
gonna conclude the episode.
Thanks for
you
coming on, guys. That was
coming
fun.
on,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you so much for having
Um,
us. It
Yeah.
was really fun.
we'll definitely have to have you guys back on soon, for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
that'd be
So
awesome.
Again, like always, thank you guys for tuning in. This was All-Star Huskie Sports Podcast, episode 26.
26.
25 or 26,
We always
I don't
forget
know.
which one it is. We know it's like 25 or 26.
Yeah,
but
it's like around there or something like that.
it's
But
close enough.
this was super fun. We had our NIU women's soccer guests on here, Sadie McGill and Abby McHugh. Thank you guys again for joining us.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having
of
us.
course.
And like always, man, Yerp, Yeserski.
Yerp,
We out
Yeserski. Can we get a Yerp and Yeserski from our guests?
Yerp and
Yerp,
yes,
yes.
All right, peace out, everybody.
Thank you.